Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, JessieLynnsRibbons. Today I'm going to be talking about radiation and everything that I went through so far. I had my consultation, and that's when I met with my doctor, and she had told me everything that was going to be that was going to happen, but in as much detail as she could, and she answered every question. I mean, she was stellar. She was amazing. But I had personally gotten what she said a little bit mixed up. So in my other videos, things were, I thought one thing, like I said that next appointment I was going to be going and having the the test run, where the machine goes around you, and it's like a fake run through pretty much, so that way you're ready for the following day. Well, I had that all wrong. Completely wrong. There's 2 different days. There's the day that my next appointment was, that I told you guys, and that was when I went, I had my CT scan. I did not have an MRI. I had a CT scan. They placed a box on my belly that, and they taped it, and it showed them what my breathing was, and I had to stay within the yellow, and while I was still going through the CT scan. And then after that, they marked me with the I didn't get to see it. I'm assuming it was just like a needle or something. It wasn't like a tattoo gun or anything like that. It was just like a poker, like the old school pokes, And honestly, I mean, I have a lot of tattoos, like everywhere. I have a big one on my back. I have one on my hip. I mean, I have a bunch. And those didn't hurt at all. No numbing, no nothing. Like, I love getting tattoos. I find it very nice, we'll say. But getting these ones for radiation actually really hurt. And it stung for a long time, and it burned for a long time, and still now it's still healing. So they go deep, like deeper than like a normal one. Like they last. I'll take a photo and I'll insert it right here, what one looks like. They're very small, but when you look at your own body and you see it, like, you can really see it. Like, it's not teeny when you look at it. To your own body, it looks bigger. But for a photo, it's gonna look really small, but I mean, I'll put it up so you see it. There's a little bit of the green marker still on it. So they go and you do the CT scan. They do the breathing technique with you, which is you have to hold your breath shallow for 20 seconds. So if you're, a swimmer, don't take a deep breath, because it actually messes with the scan more than anything. And sadly, I grew up as a swimmer, so when they told me to take a deep breath, or take a breath, my instinct was to and hold. Well, no, you go very shallow, but the shallow holds are the hardest, because you can't get enough air in when you do that. So that was really hard, but they said I did amazing, and I was definitely too good of a breather, and I mean, that was cool to know. So after that, then that's when they start, they do the little tattoos, and then they'll use, so in my case, they normally would put this like tape over each tattoo and then mark it, but I'm allergic to certain tapes, and the tape that they use is one I'm allergic to. So they had to use green Sharpie and mark each tattoo, and yes, they mark right over the fresh tattoo. That freaked me out a little bit, but I was fine. And the marker is so hard to get off, like so hard to get off. But they do that, and then they reline you on the table again. So you'll think they're not moving you, but like them going like this, like that little bit of that's it. That's what they needed, and it works. And then they send you back in and see if it's correct, and you're good to go. And then after that, I left the CT room and I went over to the consultation room again, and I met with a nurse, and she went over, like, she like deep dived into stuff. And then my following appointment is supposed to be on, on March 12th. And that is for, I'm grabbing my handy dandy book, for the simulation day. But what happened was, the day that I had my CT scan and I went and I had my deep dive with the nurse, I was like, I asked, well, can I start my radiation today? Thinking, like, you know, why not? It doesn't work that way. So when you go for radiation, like to start scheduling radiation appointments and all stuff like that, just because I got my CT scan does not mean I'm going to go and start my radiation. For some reason in my head, I thought I was going to, and that wasn't the case. So what happened was, when I was with the nurse sitting there and she was deep diving, like I said, I said, well, can I possibly get my radiation today? So that way I have one down under my belt. And she was like, no, because we haven't made your plan yet. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And she was like, no, it takes, you know, it can take a week to 2 weeks to make your plan. It's, you know, 3 different doctors create your plan for radiation, not just radiology. It's 3 different doctors that do it. They all get together and they make your plan. And I was like, oh. So I had to wait, and my plan would be ready by the time March 13th came around for me to start radiation. But on March 12th, like I previously mentioned, that was going to be when I did the fake, you know, simulation of what I was supposed to go through. And so that was a little bit of a shocker to me. So I have all my little tattoos. I have 6 of them. And then I have one on each side. So I don't know, maybe it's different, but I've seen it on TV, and normally I thought they were on your breast. I guess I was wrong, or I've seen somewhere and it was wrong, because no, it's on my sides. And then there's one on the right here on my belly, and then there's 3 were like on either side of my belly button, and one like right above my belly button. And so that way they can always place the box exactly in the same spot every time. So the 3 that are on my belly are literally, they were tattooing to mark where the breathing box went. They normally don't do that. They normally put the stickers there, but because I can't have that tape on me, it didn't work. So I said, go ahead. They're like, can we tattoo you? I'm like, go ahead. I don't give a crap. It's not going to bother me none. I have beauty marks, so it doesn't really bother me. I don't care. So I did all that, found out all that information, and then I came home. I sat on it for, you know, a good week and a half, and I had talked with John, talked with my mom, and then I decided that I wanted to call my breast surgeon and ask a few questions about more information about double mastectomies, because if I'm gonna have one next year, you know, why not, you know, talk about it now? So next video will be mastectomy versus radiation. Which one is better? Which one gives you a lower recurrence rate? And, you know, yeah, I had a lumpectomy already. So if I were to get a double mastectomy, that's another surgery on my breast. But it's whatever's in, you know, my best interest health-wise and my family, because whatever, you know, I do, it affects my family too. I'm all for double mastectomy, and, you know, but if radiation's better for me, then I'm all for radiation. So each of them come with their pros and cons, you know, and I know what they are for both of them, and I'm ready for whichever one comes my way. So stay tuned for the next video, and you'll find out with me what my breast surgeon decided was the best, and what I chose, and whatever happens that day. So keep that in mind, okay? All right, well, I hope everyone has a great day or great night, depending on where you are, and stay blessed. Bye, everybody.